You're this perp back with another video, and I just got done checking out Wentworth Season 8, Episode 10, and this is the season finale, and my god. Let me first off by saying, there's not going to be any visuals. I'm just going to kind of just give you my thoughts on the overall episode, and maybe I can give you a little bit of what's to come, or my theory on how the final season is going to go about. But hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and follow me on Twitter at perpminded420. With all that being said, let's get right into it. Wow, this has been a very interesting season. We've got introduced to a slew of different characters, those new characters being Judy, Lou, Reb, and Sheila, just to name a few. Some familiar faces like Joan Ferguson, and it's been a slow build up for Joan Ferguson's character, and Vera is just turning into what she's been afraid of. And I think at this point she's worse than Ferguson. If you just go about just how paranoid she is, it's understandable, because she's just looking out for her daughter Grace, but she's also just completely lost it. The secrets that she's kept all this long, and I think that's going to be a revelation going into the last season. I very much think that Vera will end up in Wentworth, because I think she fits the role of top dog better than anybody. Speaking of which, we have Allie, and this season you see her trying to be the top dog, the new and improved type of top dog. She wants to be better than Cass. She wants to do this for B. And you forget how long Allie has been here, and she's seen so much stuff, and the pressure of being top dog. You see that throughout this whole entire season, and she even makes mention of it in this episode, that being top dog is like a poison chalice. And I love that phrase, because anybody that becomes top dog, it's like bad luck. You got like a target on your back. And with Lou coming back into the scene, her and Allie were pretty much at each other's necks. Rumors going around that she's the one that lagged on Lou, so that's getting around the prison. So it's not really looking good for Allie. She has a target on her back. But it's interesting. And speaking about Lou, we finally got a little bit more details on Lou and Reb's situation, even though I still think it's a little messy. I prefer the later half of the season more so than the earlier halves. I wish they would have kind of explained their backstory earlier on in the season, instead of like last minute kind of in these last few episodes. But I'm all right with it. Lou and Reb are kind of like at wits with each other. They're trying to find this phone, and the phone is missing, and Lou is just not having it. She's freaking out. Everybody's on edge. So Lou's whole mission is to find out who took this phone, and she thinks that Allie did it, because it just lines up from where she gets slotted. She gets put into, I guess you would say segregation, or seg. But it's very interesting, because this all puts pressure on Allie. And finally, Boomer and Ruby come up and just tell the truth, saying it wasn't Lou that beat up Anne. It was us and Judy. And right there then and there, Allie should have really punished Judy, because Judy has always been the shadiest character so far. She's new. She tries to act all innocent and cool, but for some odd reason, she's able to get these inmates to do whatever she wants. That's a whole nother thing, but I always knew that Judy was going to be up to something. I was not expecting her to do what she did in this episode. She confronts Allie about the whole situation and kind of gives her this sad story. And that's the thing about Allie. She's easy to take advantage of, because of her size. She's not that imposing. She has to kind of use this non-violent tactic, which has not really worked. She tries to do what Cash did, but better, but it doesn't work for her. So that's going on. Like I said, you got Vera trying to do whatever she can to keep the charges of B's murder stuck onto Ferguson and to save her own ass as well. But she's kind of blown up the spot, and with Ferguson being like antagonized and being tortured pretty much by all these different characters, she's eventually going to remember. And I love how this episode ended with Ferguson pretty much saying, "I am Joan. I'm Joan Ferguson. I am the freak." So you could definitely expect her to come back for the final season and wreak havoc. An interesting alliance that we see here with Mari and Sheila trying to get Lou out of the way. I still think Mari still wants some type of power, but I don't think she's as menacing, or what's another term? She's just not as menacing as she was in the previous season. I really think she is trying to turn things around. And one of my favorite parts of this episode, where Allie doesn't feel like she could go to anyone besides Mari, and we get that sit down, and they haven't talked to each other in a long time since last season. And Allie still doesn't trust her, but that's the only person that she feels like she could kind of go to. And Mari lets her know, like, you can't let your guard down. You can't, because she made a threat towards you, and she plans on delivering that threat. But let's get more towards the end of this episode, because this kind of shocked the hell out of me. I really like how they set up these scenes where you feel like a character's in danger. So Lou and Reb kind of hash things out. Lou pretty much tells Reb everything, like, I was there, I was the one that poisoned all those people, yada yada. And that gets them to pretty much put their eyes on Allie. And Lou is sitting there making a shiv, and she's walking down the hallway. You see Allie getting out the shower. You think it's going to happen in the shower, but obviously, you see somebody watching Allie, but you don't know who it is. And I love the way it was shot, because it made you think like it was already Lou, because that's how it was set up, but it was actually Judy that was the one to kill Allie. I don't know if she's dead, because we don't see her actually die, but it's safe to say if she does die, then that's going to be interesting. I don't think she is, because she was kind of able to see somebody. She saw Lou, so she's automatically going to think that Lou did it. So that's going to be interesting. I just wonder, when is Judy's luck going to run out? When is somebody going to put that together? Speaking of which, I forgot to mention this. Linda is back. I told you that shit wasn't going to last. Her and Ann are up to something. They might try to take over Wentworth by the end of this series. Who knows? But yeah, I might just do a prediction video about season 9. But let me know how you guys feel about this episode. I thought it was a decent season finale. Definitely wasn't my favorite season, but I like the psychological aspects of what they did with Ferguson's character, kind of building up to her kind of snapping back out of it. That was kind of cool. The whole Lou and Reb thing, that still wasn't my favorite. I thought that was kind of shoehorned in. But like I said, I will definitely make a follow-up video sometime in the near future. So just let me know your thoughts on this episode, this season. What was your favorite moment? Who was your new favorite character that they've introduced? Do you like Lou? Do you like Reb? Do you like Sheila? Do you like Judy? How do you feel about Judy? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.